All right, welcome everybody. My name is Lisa Henley with Vegas Living Now, and this is my lifestyle show every other Thursday. We're featuring today a very special guest, and this is our special guest is a foodie. She has a Instagram channel or Instagram page that features a lot of a lot of the places that she goes to. And I'm so excited to welcome her. And her name is Stephanie Vollmer. So let me pull her in and we're going to get started. How are you, Stephanie?
Good. How are you?
I am doing well today. It's such a nice day today, too. And I know you were just in Texas dealing with that weather. So that was very real. I know.
That was a bit of a nightmare. Yeah. Not the greatest timing.
Yes. I have family there too. So they had some issues with the power and the whole thing. It was not fun. Not at all. I'm glad you made it back safely. And yeah, it's and then it's interesting how different the weather is from here to there. Yeah, I know that today we're going to talk about your expertise. That's how I see it. And that is you're a foodie. So some people may not understand what a foodie really is. What is a foodie? What do you think a foodie is?
I am not the biggest fan of that word. I think there's kind of a stereotype of foodies being really particular or snobby. But to me, it's just when you really appreciate food and you're an adventurous eater and you can appreciate kind of the culture and the background and the history of the different foods that you try.
That's okay. I love that. That's an excellent definition. And what, let me ask you too, what drew you and how did you start your page? Because I'm going to show us your page in a few moments so people can see what an excellent job you do with it.
Thank you. So I originally got my start through Yelp when I was new after I moved to California for a while and then Vegas. It was how I found new places to go, new dates to go on, new places to explore my new hometown. And that was a way for me to kind of track what I'd found and share it with others. And Yelp has a great community if you kind of consistently keep up with that. But over time, it seemed like people kind of lost their attention spans. They just wanted to look at the photos and not so much get information. And just kind of as a society, we've really kind of gotten into that point where now a lot of the attention is on video content and TikTok and all of that good stuff. So it's just kind of ever evolving, but still food focused. So I moved from Yelp to Instagram for photos. I do have a TikTok, but video is not my forte.
Oh, really? Okay. So you have a few videos on there. So that's interesting. I mean, with Yelp, that is actually one of my go-tos when I want to know about a restaurant. Now, everybody has their own taste. I do consider myself a foodie, even though that's not your favorite word, but because I do. And for me, I like a variety of food. I just don't want to eat meat and potatoes, or for instance. I mean, and I'm the one that goes to a restaurant and tries something new. That doesn't always work out. You know, sometimes it's like the worst thing on the menu, but it doesn't always work out. And what's your approach to food? I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but do you research the place before you go, or you just go in and say, I'm going to try it, or what do you do?
Oh, I definitely research. One of my favorite things to do is to find new restaurants that have just opened, especially that haven't really been featured in social media yet. I am a little obsessive about checking out the menu ahead of time and planning out everything that I want to order. So sometimes that means I have to drag a friend with me because I want to try too much to just eat myself. So, but I think that's part of the fun, being able to support local businesses and the dream that people are bringing to life by opening their restaurant and sharing their food and their culture and their background with their customers.
Definitely. I didn't know it was such a science. You make it look so easy. Just make it look like you just go there and try the food. But I think that's
definitely be a lot.
What's that? I think my sound went out.
It's definitely a lot of fun, but just kind of scrolling all the way back to when I started my account several years ago, there's definitely been a positive improvement in my photos. So a lot of it is just kind of practice like any other hobby.
Mm. And then on your page, and we're going to go through that at some point so people can see your Instagram page, excuse me. I want to post your handle here too, so people can see that real quick. This is it right here, Vegas by the Bite. And I wanted to, I was going to ask you something and I just forgot. But that's okay. So on that note, do you find that you end up featuring mostly businesses off the strip, or would you say the majority of them are on the strip?
Most of them are off the strip. I do enjoy a good excuse to kind of go downtown and check all of that out, but especially this year with things closing more and travel being restricted, I haven't gone out to the strip as much. I do especially like to focus on local businesses, which more often are off the strip, in your neighborhood, down the street, in that plaza, you know, the stuff that you drive by all the time and maybe don't notice.
Right. Well, that's excellent. And so you've been doing this how many years now?
I'm sorry, what was that?
I'm sorry, you guys, our sound is funny today. You've been doing this how many years again, Stephanie?
Good question. Probably about 4 years. I think I've had the Instagram page for about 4 years. Previously with Yelp, I think I was doing that for about 10 years. So it's been a while. It's been an adventure.
Wow.
But I've been in Vegas for about 7 years and just kind of gradually moved from one platform to the other.
Wow, that's great. Now, have you always been, one that enjoys food? And I mean, what's the story there, for instance?
You know, it's funny you ask. I was not a particularly adventurous eater when I was growing up, and we didn't go out to restaurants very often. If we did, it was probably like a fast casual place or it was a special occasion, but I definitely didn't grow up with, frequently visiting restaurants or being a super adventurous eater. I can still remember that my parents would try to make more adventurous dishes, and I was just not having it as a kid. So it's interesting to reflect on how things have changed. And I would definitely point out that the last relationship I was in, probably my first like real adult relationship, I was dating a guy who was just like really adventurous. And he used Yelp to find these cool places to go on dates. And at the time I was living in Texas. He was in Texas for work. And he wasn't even a local. And I'd lived in San Antonio my whole life. And he was taking me on dates to these restaurants that were amazing, but I'd never heard of them. I had no idea how he found them. And it really just kind of had me explore my own city in a different way. We eventually moved to California, and there was so much more to try there. Eventually moved to Vegas, and that's just like a whole new world of different food to try that just, isn't in Texas or isn't as easy to find. I definitely feel like Vegas has more restaurants than the average city. So, it just kind of gradually developed as it was part of my social outlet, part of how I like considered having fun. And it just really became part of my personality and part of what I'd like to do with my time.
Wow. That's great. I mean, and that's interesting that you say that too, because I've lived in Vegas for quite some time, much longer than you. I've lived here 30 plus years. And when I moved from Southern California, which a lot of people are doing right now, so you Southern Californians listen to this. When I moved here many years ago, it was not very interesting. I mean, people would tell me the buffets were amazing, and it was like circus for $2, really bad. And when you lived in Los Angeles area, you have food from all over the world. And moving here was a rude awakening, but it has definitely changed. We have some of the most world-renowned chefs in Las Vegas, and even off the strip too, right? Haven't you discovered that? Yeah,
for sure. Definitely.
And so, since I have you here, and I'm going to call you an expert, but I don't know if you like that or not, but that's what I see. So, as a expert, a food expert instead of a foodie, a food expert, uh, I want to know what you consider. I'm going to ask you a few things, but your top three American style, and it can have a little twist to it, like, American fusion of something else. But what would be, and it's maybe hard for you to do, but what would be your top three places that you would recommend if somebody's coming in? And it can be all over the valley. I mean, it's not that hard to drive from one place to the next, especially if you're visiting. People might want to do that. So if you can think of maybe your top three.
This is going to be tough. I know two places immediately come to mind. One of them is Americana, and that is Chef Steven Blandino. He has a place tucked away in Summerlin. It's actually in a neighborhood. It's on, I think, Lake Jacqueline. Like, it has a beautiful seaside view. It's great for date nights. They also have a brunch menu on the weekends with small plates, and it's just consistently a great place. They have good steaks. They have good seafood. I'm definitely a sucker for seafood dishes, so those will always get my attention. But they even just have like a really great burger. Their price point is like, kind of a nice date night sort of place. It's not especially casual, but it's a beautiful location, and the food has always been consistently good. It's one of my favorite places to recommend.
And that is in Desert Shores, isn't it? Is that the place in Desert Shores? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Americana would be one of your top ones. And then what would be the other two?
The next one that comes to mind is called Legends Oyster Bar. And they are over by Desert Breeze Park. So that's like Spring Mountain and Desert Inn area. And they are really good. Or I guess, let's see, Spring Mountain and Desert Inn, those are both parallel. So Durango in that area over by the park. And they take the kind of the oyster bar restaurants that you often see in the locals casinos, and they have a kind of locals version, not in a casino, still really great quality, great dishes, super fresh seafood. They have raw and cooked. They just have a really great menu. And they have a slight kind of Vietnamese twist to it, where they will have some extra Thai chili sauces, just like little extra kind of Asian touches from the chef's background that are worked into some of the dishes. But then they also have just like a classic bread bowl clam chowder. They have a pan roast. They have lobster. They have oysters. They've just got a lot of great stuff going on there.
And what's it called again? Legends? It's called Legends. Is that what it's called?
Legends Oyster Bar.
Legends Oyster Bar. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I'm putting note of this because what I want to do is make sure that I put this in the comments on YouTube, in the description, and Instagram in the comments, so people can check it out. And then what's your last one?
Oh, good. Last one. This is tough. So I went somewhere really great recently. I went to Locale, and that is over in the Blue Diamond area. And I've only been once, and their menu is some American, some Italian, just really great food. They have a lot of good seafood dishes. I was really impressed because it's in kind of a plaza that, again, it's a place that I've completely just driven by several times without even noticing. And then you go in and you just have like a really great dining experience. They have a happy hour at the bar, but their menu is largely Italian. So they have a burrata crazy that's really good. They have a few different seafood dishes, like a shrimp fra diavolo that's kind of a spicy black spaghetti dish with shrimp. They just have like a lot of really great dishes with a shrimp scampi. They have a grilled octopus. So as you can tell, I really like seafood dishes, and this place kind of really hit that for me, while also having more comfort food with the pastas, and I think they have a couple of sandwiches and stuff.
So give me the name again, Stephanie. What's the name of that one?
Locale, Locale.
Locale.
Mhm.
Locale.
Yeah.
That's one word.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. And that's in the Blue Diamond area. So let me recap again. You did Americana and Desert Shores, Legends Oyster. Is it Oyster Bar? Okay, and that's
Yes.
over off of Durango and Spring Mountain. And I will put these in the description or in Instagram feed. And Locali, that's how you say it. And that's in the Blue Diamond area. So, all right. Those are some excellent areas. I do because I have you here. I wanted to ask you, and this may be a little stretch too, because of the climate we're dealing with and everything. Do you have? And this is a bonus for you guys. Do you have at least two really great outdoor dining places that you like, where they have indoor outdoor, and it could be any
I know
type
I
of food.
do. Give me a minute to think of those. Patio seating. I really like Coffee Class in Henderson, and they
What is
are
it?
a coffee shop. Coffee Class.
CASE.
Class. Coffee Class.
Okay, and that's in Henderson.
Yes.
And that has it has a variety of food there, coffee, and it's a little bit of
They
everything.
have coffee. They have coffees, they have tea, they have a great pastry program, and then they have several heartier dishes. In the fall and winter, they have a pot pie that's really good. I know right now they're getting ready to phase out their pesto grilled cheese and tomato soup. They have a really great quiche. They have some salads and a protein bowl. So it's kind of light, healthy, vibrant food. But every time I go there, I really enjoy the food. And the staff are always so nice. Their inside seating is limited, and they do have an outside patio that they've recently kind of opened and expanded.
Wow. And do you have one other one you can share with us?
Let me think about that for a minute. Patio seating. I know there's a lot of places with great patios, and I'm drawing a bit of a blank right now.
That's okay. While you're doing that, I'm gonna feed in and share your Instagram page. As I said before, I'm gonna go over. Well, you'll see your handle here too, but this is Stephanie's Instagram page here. Let's see, find it here. Okay, here it is. So here's Stephanie's page. It's the Instagram page at Vegas by the Bite. And I love your page, Stephanie, because you do let everybody know which restaurant you've gone to, what you're eating, and the pictures are amazing. They're so vivid, they're beautiful. And then the next one is truffle, yay or nay. Herb brine, buttermilk fried, fresh truffle finished chicken sandwich with Japanese mayo, dill pickles, jalapeno, fresh black truffle ranch dressing on a fresh potato bun. Wow, that sounds really good. And then look at this. Oh my gosh, sushi. It's looking amazing. I love the videos too that are featured on this page. She gives you a behind the scenes too. And again, amazing pictures. So check out Stephanie's Instagram page. You will not regret it, and you can contact her that way too. All right. So I wanted to share that with everybody. And so everybody can get on your page. I know you keep things up to date. You're really great about that. Can you hear me still, Stephanie?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. All right. So I don't know if you've been able to think of one other outdoor, indoor dining place, or it can be mainly outdoor even, because the weather is nice here.
Yes.
Today. It was so sunny. I took off my jacket. I didn't have to wear my jacket the whole time. It was so great. So if you can think of one other one to share with us, we're just picking your brain today, because you're an amazing expert at all of this. So one other one.
Another place that I really love is Cafe Leone. That is over in Tivoli.
Mm-hmm.
So they're a great breakfast, lunch, dinner place. They've got it all. It's all super fresh. Bit of a healthy slant. Lots of great coffee dishes. Perfect for catching up with a friend. They do have some limited indoor seating, and they have this great patio in Tivoli Village. It's a beautiful area, beautiful plaza, and it's great for a weather like today when the weather is really nice.
That's one of my favorite places. So yeah,
Oh, good.
Yeah, I love that place. But I don't know everything you do, so I'm going to try some of these other ones. So I really thank you. I didn't want to make this real long. I want everybody to be able to go to Stephanie's Instagram page and check out her content. She's really puts things on. I don't know how often you post, but it seems like every day. And there are amazing, amazing places that she features. It does feel like another world when I look at your page. I'm like, wow, I didn't even know all this was here. You do a beautiful job. I really appreciate you. So I thank you for being on, Stephanie. And I just want everybody to check out her page. Like I said, let me put her handle up one more time so I can show you that. There it is. And again, you guys have a wonderful day. Check out Stephanie's page, and I will see you the following Thursday. All right. Bye.